Assalamu alaikum. Have you ever wanted to learn how someone from interior Sindh can make it to the top? Now he is one of the Consul General of Pakistan at Los Angeles, California, the United States of America. In fact, and when you feel down, you ever wanted to watch or listen to some inspiring story? That's today my guest, a very special guest. And in fact, he is from a very large family, 12 brothers in interior Sindh. And in fact, his father wanted to have my guest to become a doctor and then actually become a specialist in that case. However, his as a son heart did not belong to that area. He could not see the dead bodies in that medical college. Then he went for the other path. However, he excelled, and now he is a Consul General of Pakistan at Los Angeles Consulate. So if your parents ask you to study a certain degree and your heart doesn't belong to us, you are not going to excel. That you're going to find out from my guest today. He has a very, very impressive background. Let me share my screen. I'm going to share it right on the Consul's website and show you what a kind of achievements my guest has. It's very, very amazing. Even though he did not follow the path what his really father wanted to have, he's going to share everything right on this call. Just stick with me. Thank you. In case you don't know me, my name is Mohammed Siddique, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I will be your host and asking some grilling question to our Consul General. So let me share my screen right now. Okay, here you go. Here's the Consulate General of Pakistan, Los Angeles website. Once you go on a consular info and click on a consulate, here you see Abdul Jabbar Memon Saab. And of course, he has put his phone number, cell phone number publicly. Yes, I did use it to contact him, and he did reply. And that's his personal email. He did high school from Cadet College, Patera Sindh, and then graduation, then a master's. He joined the Civil Service of Pakistan in 1990, and then Foreign Office into 1993. And then there's so much impressive. He has been to other, as Assistant General Afghanistan and other foreign missions services. And he has served in Spain, Egypt, and South Africa. And of course, very, very professional, impressive trainings and all around. Since December 21st, 2015, joined as a Consular General at Consulate General of Pakistan, Los Angeles. Please join me to welcome my guest for this conversation, Abdul Jabbar Memon Saab. Welcome.
Walaikum Assalam. Thank you very much for inviting me today and to give you my interview. I'm so grateful for making an endeavor while sitting in Atlanta and approaching me here in Los Angeles. It's indeed a singular honor for me.
Memon Saab, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to go into public service?
Honest and frank, you know that the first kind of you always get from your family. And my family, as you mentioned, that is from a very rural background. I belong to a very small town known as Tandojam, in a city in district Hyderabad. I profusely in grade 5 or grade 6, my father used to talk about these, red brick universities that Jabbar Memon, I will send you to Oxford University, Cambridge University. And then, that was the time, late 60s, when Bhutto's charisma and Bhutto used to be talked in our rules in the lot. And he was from, but he used to talk about California as well. But afterwards, when I did my A-levels from Cadet College, Pitaro, I was admitted in Sindh Medical College, Karachi. Maybe I'm apparently look at somebody very brave, but I'm not really that brave. So it became very difficult for me to survive in the dissection hall and doing work on dead bodies. And I tried my level best to overcome this psychological problem, but I couldn't. And it was my father's really ambition and dream to see me a doctor and then finally do my FRCS from Britain and become a good surgeon and serve people in Pakistan. But circumstances really, because something different was destined for me. So I went back to my hometown and told my father straight away that I'm unable to do medical because I cannot really survive in the dissection hall. Even he was utterly disappointed, and it was a big frustration for him because I was the eldest among my family, the eldest brother among series. That we are 12 brothers. So he said it would be demoralizing effect for your younger brothers if you will abandon your education. I said, no, Baba, I'm going to join, I'm going to prepare for civil services exam, and hopefully I will manage. So thank God, and I appeared in 1989, qualified at the very first attempt of mine, and then joined civil services on 1st December 1990. And since last 27 years, I'm in civil services of Pakistan. But a little addition to it, that it was my father's dream to send me Berkeley or USC, which is the two other reasons he could not realize. But that dream has been realized after 27 years of his dream, that I'm a consul general in Los Angeles in the state of California, and my only son is studying in University of Southern California, USC. So these were the strong wish of my father, which God, Allah Almighty, has now fulfilled in 2017, 16. I joined in 2015 in Los Angeles.
Wow, what a humble beginning. If I heard you correctly, Memon Saab, your father wanted you to become a doctor and you chosen the other path. Is that right?
Siddique Saab, you know that in our times, choosing a profession was used not to be our choice. It's normally had been imposed by our parents. I used to remember in grade 10 in board exam when I got 100 out of 100 in mathematics. So my teachers prompted me that you should join engineering profession because you are very good in mathematics. But my father suggested, no, I would like to see doctor. So I chose my profession as to join medicine, and I did good in that as well. But it was heartbreaking for him, and for me also, because I used to be a very obedient son and very faithful to my father, and used to follow him blindly because he used to be my leader, and the kind of vision that man used to have while being from a rural area background, it's really unprecedented. But the now word has been changed. My son keeps changing, switching over from one discipline to another, and I remain just a silent spectator. I don't say him anything. I say, okay, yeah, whatever you want to choose. Maybe I broke heart of my father, not following his instructions to become a doctor. So now it's what goes around comes around kind of situation for me. So he keeps changing, switching over his profession. Sometimes he says he wants to become a good economist. Then he says, no, Daddy, I want to be to join international law and international relations. I say, okay, do whatever, but do your graduation and then masters and become a really good part of the society, because your grandfather did while being a small town, Tandojam, what I could not dream in my and what I'm doing for you here, that you are now registered in one of the most prestigious university in the world, USC. So please do something. So Alhamdulillah, mashallah, he's working very hard and he's doing, and hopefully he will be become a very good legacy, not for only my family, but if I live, I hope he will go Pakistan and serve their people of Pakistan, inshallah.
That's almost a typical conversation happening at every family, even in United States or in Pakistan, all around the world. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely right. It's a legacy. You know that my father used to say that, that we were 6 brothers at the same time in Cadet College, Petaro, and in the boarding school, paying fees for 6 children in 60s and 70s used to be a Herculean task for him. Yeah. But he was so determined that whatever them and paid our fees, all of it did work with my brothers. Alhamdulillah, they are very well settled. So this is the legacy which we have inherited in my family, and I have passed on to my children as well. So my only son, really, I'm investing whatever I have. It's a private university, and a lot of fees requires to be paid for each semester for him. But I'm adamant and determined to really collect resources, arrange resources for him, so that he complete his education and become a really very useful part of the society.
That's simply amazing. Whatever it takes to make it happen, that's what you're doing. And that's what every other parent is doing it, or really have a deep desire to do it. Memon Saab, what is your message to other parents who almost enforce their children to choose a certain academic path while their children have a heart somewhere else in other areas to progress? As we move along, what are the top 3 lessons you would like to share with the parents and Pakistani youth living in United States and in fact around the world, including in Pakistan, to inspire them, guide them, and as a life lesson so they can learn from you?
Yes, so your question is multidimensional. Frankly speaking, the first thing which I would suggest for my youth as well as for the parents, that education is the most important investment and most significant investment, and not a single parent should not consider it as important. For me, whatever I'm investing on my son in his education is the only asset I have in the form of him. So any investment on the line on the side of education is very highly productive, because you are creating that future leaders by investing on their education. Number two, that it's not important that my son, no doubt, is lucky that he came here with me and he found an opportunity that he was registered in the University of Southern California. There are millions of students in Pakistan which they really intend to join these kind of universities, but they don't have resources available, or they don't have means to join those universities, and their dreams become unrealized, or sometimes even they feel shattered. But I tell you, there's nothing kind of disappointment. I am also from the same country. I studied in Pakistan. My entire education is in the Pakistani educational institutions. But the glory which I have achieved here today, I'm the Consul General of Pakistan. Alhamdulillah, it's all because of my country. It's all because of those institutions where I was studied in Pakistan. It's all because of the effort and endeavor which my teachers did of growth in Pakistan. So there's no need to be disappointed. In Pakistan, you can find institute. I studied my primary school, primary education. I attended in a city, Tandojam. You know that, a small town. But the kind of teaching which was imparted me by those times, by the teachers of those times. Unfortunately, now the quality of teachers, the quality of faculty has gone down. And the parents have stopped, in a way, pursuing their children that what they are doing. Even I receive here in Los Angeles a number of students. They are coming from Pakistani universities and colleges for higher education and for their graduations here in the United States of America. So a little care, we have to be careful while supervising our children. We have to really request our teachers that they become more dedicated, committed towards their students. At the same time, for the students, young students, that they become more cautious, more committed, and more dedicated towards their studies. And all these collective efforts bring a man which in the end becomes a leader, or adopts a profession where really he delivers like anything. So this is the message.
Great. As you may be aware of, I am the founder of Global Social Entrepreneurship Foundation. We are on the mission to empower 1 million global social entrepreneurs by teaching them how to fish for life. As a result, thousands of lives have been changed forever. As many say, Pakistan is a third world country. I call it a Pakistan is an emerging nation. What would you like to say to a Pakistani youth living in Pakistan and all around the world to inspire them, motivate them to learn, to connect with a global enterprise, to live in a most connected world together with the harmony and for a mutual win and a growth?
Siddique sir, first of all, really it's heartening to know that someone like you are devoting a lot of your quality time towards this initiative, and you could conveniently utilize this amount of time in some other economic activities and could earn fortune for you. But this depicts some kind of patriotism, a spirit which is commodity nowadays, that people really who want to live for others. This, whatever you are doing, you are contributing towards really well-being of your own people, and this speaks of your patriotism and commitment towards the country. So as long as people like you are present, I believe that the fate of my country is not going to doom. And as you very rightly mentioned, that Pakistan is not a third world country. Pakistan is an emerging economy. And unfortunately, we Pakistani, whatever the topic we may have, but we sometimes slipped into the political discussion. It has really strong connectivity, with which I would love to market internationally, nationally, as well as wherever we are. The kind of problems and challenges we have been facing since last 2-3 decades, those are phenomenal and enormous. And had there been any other country other than Pakistan, would have been today would have been crumbled. Which who can stood by this great challenge and survive? I think no nation, nothing can harm to my country. And you rightly, you know more than I know, that Pakistan is currently the victim of youth bulge. We have 60% of our population more than ranging between the 20 years to 25 years. So these could be a great hope for us. The only things how constructively and productively if we successfully do that, I tell you that nobody is going to stop Pakistan not from becoming an emerging economy, but an economy, the great economy of the Asia. And you would be reckoning Pakistan among the economic tigers very soon, inshallah.
I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your support. And I want to share one more activity that as Momentum Pakistan is happening on February 19th and 20th at Karachi Expo Center. There are over 10 plus global mentors from United States and around the world are actually going to first ever in Pakistan. As an example, Kevin France, he is the mentor to Fortune 150 companies, and he is going to Pakistan to actually meet Pakistani startups at Karachi Expo Center at Momentum. Alex Mandozian has over 1.2 million students, has clients in 7 continents. He is first ever visiting in Pakistan. T-Cat Hauser is my mentor. He is author of 50 plus books. He is visiting first ever time in Pakistan. I have been trying him for over few years to get his yes. Finally, he said yes, and I'm so excited to see him. And co-founder of Zapier from Beijing, China, he is coming. They have the app with over 480 million users. Imagine that, how much we can learn from these. And there are many others. Last and not the least, Jason Gilbert is the business coach to CEOs, and he has clients over 26 countries. In fact, he has been in Pakistan already. He'd love to go back. He loved the Pakistani hospitality. So, Memon Saab, how would you like to welcome these global mentors to Pakistan?
Again, I would like to congratulate for going for this initiative and really, in a way, convincing the American mentors to go from here to Pakistan and have a meeting with the youth, and then really, I'm a firm faith that they won't be disappointed while being there. They will find an ocean of the, the potential among our youth while they visit, and it indicates that these mentors who are going from here to Pakistan, and the names which you have just mentioned, they are all high profile. So something really they have in their mind that Pakistan has that capacity, that their youth has that capacity, and that they would be get some kind of positive. I showed them as well you that they will not be disappointed while going there. And if it is in a way their maiden visit to Pakistan, and in that expo, it will be something really phenomenal for them to discover in Pakistan, that Pakistan is not that country as it has been projected, unfortunately, in the international media. Unfortunately, the perceptions have been created for Pakistan abroad. They will find absolutely altogether a different Pakistan when they will visit there. And I wish them best of luck. And whatever I can do for them, any kind of facilitation they need from this, I would be available there to look after them.
Thank you so much. In fact, they are going to apply for a visa soon.
It will be taken care of, and don't worry. Just let them submit their applications, and they visit our website. There are certain requirements have been given there. They fulfill those requirements. Send me application. We will favorably consider. Why not? They are going to Pakistan for our well-being. We will first pursue it.
Consul General Memon Saab, as we wrap up, what would you say as a final word?
Siddique Saab, really, whatever is said is very little. The kind of initiative you have embarked upon, and the way you are doing for the people of Pakistan, are doing for your motherland. This is the time that we all return to Pakistan. You know that we are now in the last phase of our life, and now whatever the glory we have achieved, whatever the magnificence we have, it's all because of our dear country, our native land. So whatever we do for our country is very little in return what the country has given to us. So I wish you best of luck, and pray that Allah Almighty give you courage and strength to continue.
Thank you so much, Abdul Jabbar Memon Saab, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Global Social Entrepreneurship Foundation, Momentum Pakistan, and its entire committee. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia, wishing you good luck, good sales. I do hope that our path cross again with another amazing guest. Until then, Allah Hafiz.